we're starting to get some questions from Ryan, specifically my older one now, like why her name is Rosenberg, but then my name is Duff. And then, I don't know, we talk about it and then we get excited to do it. And then all of a sudden, life happens and we move or we have another baby or I get a job somewhere, it just kind of like the timing hasn't nailed us down yet.
What's up, everyone? Victoria here with PopCulture.com, and today I'm talking to the lovely and beautiful Haylie Duff. Haylie, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. I am doing well. We were just kind of talking about the warm weather. How has your year been so far, and how's your summer been?
Our summer has been great. We moved to Austin in the last 6 months.
Yeah.
And so our summer was a little bit hectic and crazy, but we're so happy here and so happy we made the move. And
yeah,
it's sometimes very crazy to me that I live here. I'm like, I can't believe I don't have a house in Los Angeles anymore. It's so wild. My kids go to school in Texas, it's so crazy, but our summer is good, big change and big transition, but lots of happiness has followed. So
listen, Texas is an awesome state and you guys are going to have some great weather there. So you'll get to experience some new things outside. California has beautiful weather as well, but you'll get something a little different in Texas.
Actually was told that we're having like record lows this summer here. It was 82 the other day.
That's good.
We brought a little of the California weather with us,
Yes. Well, I tell you what, y'all need it there because the humidity, that's the only part that stinks. I'm in Nashville, Tennessee, and we get the humidity here, and it's like, it's a lot.
Yeah. My hair does not like the humidity so much, I will tell you that.
Yeah. Well, listen, good. I'm glad you're having a great year. I'm happy that you're having a good summer, and I'm glad that you guys are happy in Texas. Welcome to Texas. Listen, you have a lot of things coming up. Let's talk about the Christmas movie that you've got coming up on Lifetime. It's called Blending Christmas.
Yeah.
Okay, really quick, I always have to ask, I get the opportunity to talk to a few people who continually do like Christmas films between Lifetime and Hallmark, and I'm such a sucker for watching. I love those films. Is it weird shooting Christmas themed stuff because I'm assuming you film it in the summer, right?
Yes, you got it, girl. Normally in like the hottest part of June or July, and then like, and we should probably put a scarf on with this coat. You're like, really? And the
I can't breathe.
Yeah, no, they're always filmed in the summer.
Is that weird though? Like, is it? Do what?
I'm a real sucker for Christmas movies.
I am too, but is it weird filming a Christmas movie in the summer? Like come Christmas time, are you kind of over Christmas or do you enjoy kind of having that all year round Christmas feel?
I think I'll take Christmas all year round if you're offering.
Yeah. I love that time of year. It's so great. I'm ready to bust out the hot cocoa. Although again, like we said, I'm not ready for the cold weather, but the hot cocoa I could do.
Yes, exactly. No, we'll be like the opposite of the Christmas movies where you have all the Christmas things, but in the heat.
But in the heat, which is nice. So Blending Christmas, give us something to look for. Like what can fans look forward to when it comes to this film?
Well, one thing I loved so much about this movie, which I felt like was very different than what we normally kind of see in a lot of these Lifetime and Christmas movies, is that the couple is already together. They're already a happy couple. I know, right? I can tell by your face.
Well, there's a switch up.
Yeah. Most of the movies are about somebody, looking for love or having lost love and then finding it again. There's all these different sort of quests for love. And for me, I love this because it really portrayed a happy couple already in love and their journey to getting engaged, which he's trying his hardest to do something special and great, and it continuously gets messed up. And his one final hurrah, is to plan something special for her for the holidays. And during this time, he includes all of their family members.
Yeah.
Hence the blending of Christmas. And my family members happen to be the real life Brady Bunch. So lots of fun comedy ensues.
Oh, I love hearing that. And I think you bring up a good point. A lot of those films, it's usually about somebody finding love or having lost love and then refinding love. But to have a couple going into it already in love and just kind of elevating off of that is a really nice twist.
Yeah, 𝐒𝐿𝐴, who was the director and one of my dear, dear friends, also an amazing actress that you see in Lifetime movies. That was one thing we talked about a lot on set is she would be like, you know, it's okay to hug each other. It's okay to give a little kiss on the cheek. Like, we don't see that very often in these movies. We're always kind of like waiting for the moment of the kiss, but you guys are already together. Like, we can show this kind of stuff throughout. And we were both like, really? Okay.
Oh, I love that. I'm so excited to see it, Haylie. That's going to be exciting. I've already got like my list ready to go of all the films that I want to see. So I've got everything ready to go. The Baby Pact is another movie that you're in. So it's kind of revamping from the Wedding Pact. How does it feel to be stepping back into Elizabeth's shoes?
You know, crazy, actually. It was very surreal. I've never been part of a sequel. And so we filmed the movie, The Wedding Pact, I want to say almost 9 years ago. And so
in a while.
What was wild is like the movie picks up that much further in the storyline as well. So with the characters being older and things like that, it was just kind of very surreal to have all the same things happening, you know, 9 years later. But I wear a big giant pregnancy outfit.
I saw that. But you are not pregnant with another child, just for clarification.
People were very upset with me about that post, obviously, as you can see from some of those comments.
Yeah. They're ready for you to have another kid, Haylie. Come on now.
Yeah. Which we thought about another kid, and I think we're chilling at 2 in real life. But
yeah,
the Baby Pact was really fun and great actors in it, and you know, it's kind of like got a sad storyline that turns really funny. So it's a good little romantic comedy.
Listen, I'm here for a good rom-com, girl. I'm here for it. Well, speaking of babies, okay, we're chilling with 2 kids. I love that. Love to hear that.
Yeah, I think that's it for us.
I feel like 2, I mean, gosh, 1's a handful, let alone 2, and then more after that. I don't blame you guys, but also I
don't know how to juggle more activities. Like,
yeah,
I would have probably 5 kids if I could, but I'm like, how do we get to cheer and dance and gymnastics? And
it's a lot. And I want to talk really quick about you and your fiance, Matt. I know you guys have talked about this kind of before in the past. You know, you are not married, but you are engaged and you're just kind of coasting in life and just doing it. And I really appreciate seeing that because I feel like there's so much pressure to do things a certain way in life. And I love that you guys are just kind of owning where you're at right now in this season, in this chapter. Tell me about that. Like, what kind of led you guys to this decision? And do you feel pressure at all to move forward with the wedding?
I don't know if it's pressure. I don't know if that's the feeling so much. I mean, I don't think either of us are, I mean, I've been engaged for like 8 years now. How crazy is that? That's like really weird. It's really weird. But
I love that though.
It works for us. And, you know, we always have kind of said at the point in which like our girls maybe were, you know, upset about it or bothered by it or something like that, then we would just pull the trigger and do it. And, you know, we're starting to get some questions from Ryan, specifically my older one now, like why her name is Rosenberg, but then my name is Duff. And then am I a Rosenberg too? And, you know, some questions like that. So I don't know, we talk about it and then we get excited to do it. And then all of a sudden, you know, life happens and we move or we have another baby or I get a job somewhere, you know, we just kind of like the timing hasn't nailed us down yet, but we'll do it. We'll do it at some point.
Do you have like a dream wedding of what that would look like, or have you even thought about that?
You know, we have kind of laughed about it a little bit because we were planning a wedding when we first got engaged, and who we were then and what we wanted then versus who we are now is so incredibly different that I think how we will do it now is probably much more authentic to who we are.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love to hear that. I think it's really important to stick to, you know, what the day is about. It's about you guys and about love, right? So that's great. Thank you for sharing that with us. Listen, you look like you have a delicious charcuterie board in front of you. However, when I saw this come, do what?
Except it's for dogs.
Except it's for dogs. So when I saw this come through, I was like, a charcuterie board? I'm here for this. So you have a partnership with Neutro Ultra, and they're doing a ultra charcuterie board. Explain to us what this is.
Well, it's a way to pamper and spoil your pups in the same way you pamper and spoil the people in your life.
Yes.
And I love this partnership with them so much because it really combined two things that I really love: my dogs, cooking and entertaining, all kind of wrapped up together. And so they have a fantastic giveaway, which I think is so cool because there's actually tons of winners. There's 5 grand prize winners, and then there's 100 runner-ups. So the 5 grand prize winners get an eat and greet virtual hangout with me and my dogs. And then there's a charcuterie board and a gift card to buy a bunch of food for it. Yeah. And 6 months of Neutro Ultra. And then the 100 runner-ups will get a board and 3 months. So lots of fun things with the giveaway and the contest.
Well, I love that we're focusing on making sure that we're giving our animals the utmost nutrition. Yeah. I think for the longest time, we've all just kind of like looked at animals like, they'll eat their food, they'll be fine, they'll survive. But I love that people are focusing, and companies are now focusing on providing our furry loved ones with the utmost nutrition to help keep them healthy and around longer. I think that's great that they're doing that.
It is. You know, I try to think about my dogs as like how we think about our own diets and what we put in our bodies. And, you know, especially as my dogs who are laying here are getting older, I really, you know, I want them to be comfortable in their old age and have things that are good for their joints and their hips. And you just really can't do anything better for your animal than feed them clean, healthy ingredients in their food.
Preventative care could also help maybe save on a vet bill or two. So, which is not a downfall.
That's not a downfall.
It's not at all. Haylie, I've talked to you before. I think we did a phoner one time, and I just adore talking to you. You're such a sweetheart. Nice. What's next for you? I know that this year, I'm hoping that we can see the light at the end of the tunnel with everything. I know it's still been a very rough year. There's a lot going on. What's on the books? What's next for you for the rest of the year?
You know, I have all the same feelings you have about it. I'm like, is there a light at the tunnel? Are we almost through this thing? Or are we like just needing to come to terms with this is kind of here to stay and how it's going to be for a while? But, you know, we're just trying to focus on each other and spend as much good quality time together as we can. And I'm really trying to settle into this new life here in Austin and with my friends here and, you know, just
taking it one day at a time
with everything that is coming in, you know?
Yeah. Oh, Haylie. Well, thank you so much for your time. I just appreciate it so much. And I wish you nothing but the best of luck in Texas.
Oh, you're the greatest. Thank you so much. It was so nice to chat with you again.
Absolutely. Everyone, for more on Haylie Duff and your other favorite celebrities, make sure you keep it right here at popculture.com.